2022 Mercedes-Benz EQS sets new electric vehicle record. 2022 Mercedes-Benz EQS 450 Plus clocked 422 miles on a real-world electric vehicle range ring, beating the Environmental Protection Agency's estimated range of 350 miles. The EQS 450 Plus is a new real-world electric vehicle range leader at 77 miles. Charging the EQS massive 108 kWh battery pack takes about 20 hours on a Level 2 charger. The 2022 Mercedes-Benz EQS isn't Mercedes-Benz's first electric car. That honor belongs to a 1906 Mercedes electric car. But the EQS is definitely the brand's newest electric vehicle, and while we've never range tested the Electric, we think the EQS is a bit more efficient. Roughly the size of the S-Class, the EQS is the MB's electric flagship, ushering in a new generation of fossil fuel-free models. For this test, we use the EQS 450 Plus, which comes standard with a single electric motor that drives 329 horsepower and 419 pound-feet of torque to the rear wheels. It's powered by a lithium-ion battery pack with a usable capacity of 107.8 kilowatt-hours. The Environmental Protection Agency says it can travel 350 miles on a single charge. Each new electric car is tested in the same real-world driving loop to see how far it can go from a full charge to 0 miles remaining. Most electric vehicles met or exceeded their Environmental Protection Agency range estimates. Much of this has to do with the ability to test in near-ideal conditions throughout the year. The options on our EQS 450 Plus test car were surprisingly light. Options add weight and sometimes introduce other types of inefficiencies, so this particular EQS was ready for our testing. It comes with standard 20-inch wheels with range-optimized summer tires, Goodyear Eagle F1 asymmetric 5, 255/45 or 20, on all four corners, inflated to the factory recommended 41 pounds per square inch pressure. Our test car weighed 5,500 pounds on the nose, which is pretty heavy for a sedan. To put this number in context, the last S-Class we tested weighed 5,069 pounds. During the 12-hour layover in the EQS 450 Plus with an average temperature of 67 degrees, the vehicle was driven a numbing 422 miles in total. That's 72 miles more than the Environmental Protection Agency estimate, a more than 20% improvement. This stunning performance puts the EQS 450 Plus at the top of leaderboards, not just overnight. Tesla's former leader is now a whopping 77 miles behind Mercedes. While total vehicle range continues to dominate the electric vehicle conversation and is likely to be a hot topic in EQS, energy consumption is also an important factor. Energy consumption determines how much your miles will cost you. The unit of measure consumed, kilowatt-hours, can be thought of as an electric car equivalent to a gallon of petrol. Just like petrol and diesel, electricity prices vary depending on where you live. For example, at the time of writing, you'd pay about 10 cents per kilowatt-hour in Washington, and about 33 cents in Hawaii. So, what can Mercedes-Benz owners expect to pay at the gas station in 2022? After fully charging the battery in about 20 hours on our Level 2 charger, we calculated the Edmunds consumption rate to be 29.5 kilowatt-hours/100 miles, which is 15.7% more efficient than the Environmental Protection Agency's estimated 35 kilowatt-hours/100 miles. A 422-mile trip in EQS would have cost $41.08 if you lived in Hawaii, while the same trip would cost $12.45 if you lived in Washington. Comparing the EQS to a similarly sized electric vehicle, the more powerful 3-motor Tesla Model S Plaid, the same 422 miles cost $44.70 in Hawaii and $13.55 in Washington. Impressively, the fastest cars tested cost only $1 to $3 more per charge than the relatively staid EQS, though to be fair, the Plaid starts at around $25,000. What about the gasoline-powered equivalent? Well, since the EQS is essentially an electric S-Class, compare it to the latest version of that venerable model. The S500 is powered by a thoroughly modern inline-6 engine that is supercharged and turbocharged and features a 48-volt mild hybrid system. It requires premium fuel and is estimated to return a respectable 24 miles per gallon in combined driving. Assuming you get the S500's combined MPG, driving 422 miles at current prices will cost $84.40, $4.80 per gallon, in Hawaii and $74.91, $4.26 per gallon, in Washington. Based on these numbers, driving an EQS 450 Plus instead of an S500 would save you $1,026 a year in Hawaii and about $1,490 a year in Washington. Although the S500 does enjoy a slight speed advantage, It has 429 horsepower and 384 pound-feet of torque. The rear cockpit seats are more comfortable in any S-Class. The 2022 Mercedes-Benz EQS is over-delivering in range and efficiency, a positive sign for Mercedes-Benz's new electric vehicle portfolio. Please listen to our podcast, Electric Vehicle News Bite-Size, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, Ghana, YouTube, or click www.anchor.fm/Daniel Fearns. For more articles, search http://www.harrogatelectricvehiclenews.com. If you enjoyed this article, click UK confirms commitment to zero-emission heavy goods vehicles by 2040. 2022 Mercedes record.